Hello, my name is Lee Townsend, and I would like to share with you things that have happened in my life that have been a real awakening to me. And my favorite Bible verse is Ephesians 2:8 and 9. For by grace you are saved through faith. It is a gift of God, not of works, lest any man should boast. And what I would like to share happened many years ago. It was February 1969. At that time we lived in the town of Grafton, and I managed a school bus company in Cedarburg. And one morning, after the routes were completed, the drivers gathered in the driver's room and talked and had coffee, and we were talking about different churches, and I told them I was a member of St. Paul's Lutheran Church in Grafton. And that afternoon, one of the drivers, a young man named Ralph Preston, came to me, and I can still remember. He said, "Lee, how do you know if you're saved?" And I really didn't know what to tell him, but I knew he was a member of First Emmanuel Lutheran Church in Cedarburg, and I told Ralph, "Why don't you talk to your pastor?" And I didn't think anything more about it, but about 4 weeks later, Ralph came to me one morning after morning routes and told me, "I'm not going to be able to drive my route this afternoon." And I said, "Why not?" And he said, "I've got a doctor's appointment. I'm having chest pains." So we covered his route that afternoon, and I remember Ralph came in about 4:30 after the routes were done, and I asked him, "What did the doctor say?" And he said, "The doctor said it's just nerves." Another man was standing there, and he said, "Well, did he give you nitro pills to put under your tongue for the chest pain?" And he said, "No, it's just nerves." Didn't think anything more about it. But that night, during the night, the telephone rang, and I got out of bed to answer it, and it was the pastor from First Emmanuel Church. Ralph's wife asked him to call me and to let me know that Ralph had died that night of a heart attack. And it hit me. He had asked me, "How do you know if you're saved?" And I wasn't able to tell him. Well, that day I went to see the pastor at First Emmanuel, and he told me Ralph had come to him and talked, and he was sure of his salvation. That eased it somewhat, but I told myself this will never happen again. If you're a Christian, a child of God, you have to know God's Word so you can tell other people. I started studying the Bible, and I bought other books to study, and I'm still learning. That was 43 years ago, but still in church and Bible classes at church, I'm still learning, and we can all benefit from God's Word. Thank you.